This is getting way bigger. This is turning into a battle over intellectual property. They want you to believe that this whole fight is about the scary ghost guns or the schematics of a nuclear submarine. But it really is just intellectual property. And it's not so much about ownership. They don't really care if you came up with the idea. They've just figured out that this is more important to control who has access to this intellectual property. All right, this one's going to be relatively quick, but I had this thought that came after our recent video where we were talking about the New York legislation. And that was that for years now, I think Bambu Lab is coming up on their fourth anniversary, that everyone has been running around with pitchforks and torches, right? Screaming that companies like Bambu Lab and Creality with their cloud printing solutions were stealing your IP, right? So they said they were stealing your inventions, and so many people refused to either buy those products or refused to print through their cloud systems and keep everything locally because China, the big bad, country, was stealing all their intellectual property and their designs. But those people failed to recognize that here in the United States, their own states, like New York, Washington, California, Colorado, were literally legislating the theft of their intellectual property. So while people were so angry and looking over there, they failed to recognize that it was their own government that was doing it here in the United States. So we're talking about New York and their budget bill that was signed with their 3D printing blueprint technology, right? This is already in. It's already signed. It's going to be implemented. So every single CNC machine, every single lathe, every single drill press, every single laser cutter, every single 3D printer will now be required before you can print, cut, turn anything that from a digital file into an object has to be run through a state-controlled database to make sure that you're not printing ghost gun parts or accessories. That means that your intellectual property, when you design something in the privacy of your own home or small business, that doesn't stay there locally anymore. You won't be able to create it without the government giving you permission to create it. Now, as far as foreign countries go, oh, absolutely, we should be worried about China and intellectual property. That doesn't go away. But what I'm saying is that so many people were looking that direction and failed to recognize that it was their own government doing it to them now. New York, they're not just doing it locally. They're going to employ a Spanish company to be running the AI on these devices. That's what they want. So that company, Print&Go, that company will be literally scanning everything before you can cut it, before you can drill it, before you can 3D print it. That's the real concern. Now, this is more than just a war on manufacturing like I've been saying since January. This is really a war on micro-manufacturing. Any large corporation, large industry, they're going to get the legislative carve-outs in the sessions to come. But you, your hobby, your small business, you won't be afforded those carve-outs. This is specifically coming after these smaller desktop machines, desktop CNC machines, desktop lathes, desktop laser cutters, and desktop 3D printers. The whole idea that you can sit at home and have an idea and turn it into a product on a weekend, that's what they're really taking away. And they're using the whole concept of ghost guns as the excuse, public safety as the excuse to do it. And another thought here, do you really think that companies like Ford and John Deere and Disney or Mattel are going to let a system like this that's so powerful, that controls intellectual property at a level that we've never seen before, do you really think that they're going to let that go by without taking advantage of it? Absolutely not. The moment that those companies think that they have an opportunity to inject themselves in to that layer between you at home designing and creating an object, they absolutely will. In fact, a fantastic designer and community member in the 3D printing industry is FrickArt. And I have that whole story. Matter of fact, he sent me the entire story in email. And if you're interested in that video, leave a comment below. Basically, he had designs that were up on MakerWorld. And Mattel reached out. They were Barbie related. And Mattel reached out to MakerWorld and had them removed. This is exactly my point. 3D printing has kind of gotten away for years with some designers literally just sitting at home and bringing up the Disney website on one screen and then just modeling every single Disney character on another screen, basically stealing their intellectual property and uploading it to Patreon, putting it behind a paywall. They've gotten away with that for a really long time, and that's just been poking and poking at these larger companies for years. So now, do you really think that those companies are, when this type of technology exists now, are going to let that continue? Absolutely not. They're going to stop it. Ultimately, what this could look like is Nintendo blocking you from printing or creating a Pikachu toy, or John Deere stopping you from just manufacturing a replacement part. So I would anticipate that in the next handful of years, maybe within the next 2 years, we will see those companies have API access or a way to inject themselves into those blueprint blocking technology algorithms in New York and California, Washington, Colorado, and even more states to prevent you from designing or even creating parts that they control. If you didn't see my previous video on New York banning tools and the legislation around that, definitely suggest you go watch it. And anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.